Cayman is in store for a visit from a high-profile royal couple, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall.
And I think this visit is a hugely important signal of the UK's enduring support and commitment to the Cayman Islands and to all the overseas territories.
The royal couple are coming for a two-day visit on March 27th and 28th. Governor Martyn Roper says it celebrates the bond between the UK and all three Cayman Islands.
I've been struck since I arrived by the huge affection there is for the Crown and the royal family. So I'm absolutely delighted that this visit is happening, and we will do everything we can in the planning to make sure that they are visible and accessible and that as many people as possible get to meet their Royal Highnesses.
First on the agenda will be the official opening of the airport. That will be followed by a second day of events on the sister islands for Prince Charles and on Grand Cayman for the Duchess of Cornwall. It's not the first time Prince Charles came to our shores. In 1973, he visited aboard the HMS Minerva. Premier Alden McLaughlin shares his childhood memories of that visit.
He was a Royal Lieutenant at the time. I was a schoolboy of about 11. And while I can't remember a great deal about the detail of the visit, I remember the tremendous excitement that was around when he arrived.
Their Royal Highnesses' trip to Cayman will round off a wider Caribbean tour, which will take them to 6 countries on top of Cayman. And it marks the first visit to Cuba by a member of the British royal family. Caroline James, Cayman 27.
No cost was provided for the royal visit. It will be the highest profile by a royal since Her Majesty the Queen came here in 1994. And joining me now is Caroline James with more on this royal visit.
Well, Taylor, it's very exciting. Obviously, the first most high-profile visit from a royal couple since 1994. That was 25 years ago. That's quite exciting. Prince Charles, obviously, is next in line to the throne. So it's a real coup, I think, for Cayman that such a high-profile couple will be coming here at the end of March.
And what brought it on today? I mean, it just kind of came out of nowhere.
These royal visits never come out of nowhere, Taylor. There's always a lot of planning and a lot of hard work that goes in behind the scenes. Clarence House will have been liaising with the Foreign Office and the Foreign Office across the other 6 countries that they will be visiting on the trip as well. Then there's all sorts of logistical organisation to be done. The media are usually told when things are sort of penciled in, as I would say, and then the polishing touches are going to be put to the trip now, and all the details, sort of getting between venues, will be coming in the next few days or so.
So the whole agenda is already kind of decided, and I'm sure it's a long list of events and appearances.
That's right, yes, and Prince Charles will actually be making a visit, as you saw in my report there, to Cayman Brac and to Little Cayman. His wife, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, will be staying here on Grand Cayman. She'll be involved in events like going to to see the new kids line at the Crisis Centre. She'll be going to sort of officially open the Jasmine, the old Cayman hospice care. Right. So she'll be kept very busy while he'll be off visiting marine conservation projects in Little Cayman and opening a new swimming pool on Cayman Brac.
And is this schedule somewhere for people to look at?
Yes, one of the best resources for people to check exactly where they're going and when, because as I said, there's that list of all those other countries as well, is the Clarence House website. So Clarence House is responsible for organising all of the engagements that Prince Charles and his wife have.
And do you find that people are still connected to the royal family, even though we're here in the Cayman Islands kind of far away?
I think so. I think particularly at the moment with, we've had a couple of big royal weddings over the past few years, there seems to be a little bit of a renaissance in how people feel about the royal family. Certainly a few years ago, it wasn't quite such a positive picture for the royals, but you only have to look at wherever sort of Prince William and Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, go, and the crowds just tend to follow them. There's flags everywhere. There's a real sense of patriotism, and I imagine that's what they're expecting here in Cayman as well.
And I think it will be good for that, especially here, for us to have a visit and to feel like we're, a colony of the Crown and to remember that connection.
Exactly, and that's something that the Governor stressed today, that, the relationship between the UK and her overseas territories is really important, and this visit, particularly given it being such a high-profile couple, is a sign of how sort of connected the UK is to Cayman, and I think that's something that we should all celebrate.
Yes, I can see how that is a good maneuver, too, to have, a good relationship breeding for us with the UK.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, exciting times. Good for us to know that this is happening so quickly because it's right around the corner.
It is, yeah. 27th of March is when they'll be here. That actually comes right at the end of their trip. So they go to all sorts of other countries in the Caribbean. They then go to Cuba. They finish up on their trip in Cuba, and that's very significant. It's the first visit to Cuba by a member of the British royal family, so that will get a lot of international media attention. And then when they finish off there, they land here in Grand Cayman, and they'll open up the Owen Roberts International Airport officially. That will be their first line of business when they land.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for filling us in.